Welcome to you all. Love you all. So today, we would first listen to 3 devotees who would share their experiences about the Antaryamin, Mukti, and Ama Bhagwan becoming physical in their homes. So they would first share, and after they have shared, it would help you to understand your own situation. And then I would talk for some time, and then I would move on to questions. And then finally, we move on to the day's process. So Arvind, you could now ask the devotees to talk.
Thank you, Bhagwan. Srimati Lata Ramchandranji from Chennai would be sharing about our Antaryamin experience, Bhagwan.
Please go ahead.
Lataji, please unmute yourself and share your experience.
Father pranams, my dear Sri Bhagwan. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Bhagwan. I am Lata Ramachandran, Mailapur, Chennai, Bhagwan. Thank you so much for giving me these blessings, Bhagwan. Thank you so much for being with me always, Bhagwan. My dear Sri Bhagwan, I call your thyself as my Atma Nanbar, my soul mate, Bhagwan. When I never even knew the word Antaryamin, you thyself came into my life and gave me so many Jnanobadesams, Bhagwan. I was not getting any knowledge, all the knowledge of this world, Bhagwan. I was all getting, whenever I am emotionally stuck with something, there you will be there to release me, Bhagwan. For example, I had a great hatred towards this Dvaitam because it says God and man are different. As your thyself is within me, I was not able to accept that, Bhagwan. With your Antaryamin guidance, you made me realize that Dvaitam and Advaitam both are different truths. Not only realization, Bhagwan, your thyself has transformed that hatred into love, Bhagwan. My dear Sri Bhagwan, you have simplest solutions for complex problems, Bhagwan. Once my dad got this autoimmune disease called myasthenia gravis, where the muscle would expand but wouldn't contract. So first thing we can see is drooping eyelids. When I prayed to you, Bhagwan, your thyself had the simplest ways to solve that, Bhagwan. The next day, when my dad was sitting on a sofa, one hand pulled him from one sofa to the other, and then again pulled him from that sofa to the previous one. That's all, Bhagwan. He was cured. He had another 15 years of healthy life, Bhagwan. Now I think he's with you, Bhagwan. Can any solution be so simpler than this, Bhagwan? For me, every moment is miraculous, Bhagwan. Every event is an experience. You are the life of my life, Bhagwan. My dear Bhagwan, you're so humorous, Bhagwan. Whenever I became unhappy over anything, you would be there to make me happy. Not just happiness, Bhagwan. My state would rise from -100 to +100, Bhagwan. You are my mother to caress me, Bhagwan. I can see my dear Amma embracing me. You are my dad to guide me, Bhagwan. You are my guru to give me immense knowledge about everything I need. You are my son to give me comfort, Bhagwan. You make me feel secure in most insecure environment. You make me feel great in very, very devastating moments. You make me feel lovable when I feel lonely. You are everyone to me, Bhagwan. With you, I get everything in abundance, including love, grace, because your presence has everything inside, Bhagwan. Just looking at you gives me immense joy. I am enjoying your presence, Bhagwan, your hands in every walk of my life. I even get your guidance as what to pray. Once when I was waiting to have your Divya Mangala Darshan, Bhagwan, I asked your thyself, what should I pray, Bhagwan? The same moment your beautiful voice answered, Bhagwan. When I go, all doors shall open. When I call, all problems are settled. Thank you, my dear Sri Bhagwan. You are my Atma Nanbar. You are my Antaryaman. Thank you so much for this great blessings, Bhagwan. Love you, my dear Sri Bhagwan. Love you. Thank you, Bhagwan.
Love you. Love you.
Thank you, Lataji, for your wonderful sharing. Srimati Bhavani Venkatramanji, please unmute yourself and she will be sharing about her Mukti experience, Bhagwan.
Father Pranams, my dear Sri Bhagwan. I am Mrs. Bhavani Venkatraman from Chennai, Bhagwan. Thank you very much for choosing me to share my inner state, Bhagwan.
One minute. Arvind, could we see her on the screen?
Bhavani ji, are you giving your video?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prasadji.
Yeah, we can see now.
Thank you so much for choosing me to share my inner state, Bhagwan. Koti Nandri, Bhagwan, for tirelessly working on me to make me an excellent person today. Earlier, I used to judge everyone. I used to feel guilty. I used to postpone my work, and I always underestimate myself. And because of that, I used to avoid responsibilities. But now, Bhagwan, if I think back, I can keep on narrating. But now, Bhagwan, my tears are filled with gratitude, Bhagwan. So I would like to describe my inner state, Bhagwan. Nowadays, I don't judge anyone, Bhagwan, because I'm able to experience that person in front of me. So I either pray for that person or I praise him or her instead. This happens automatically without any effort from my side, Bhagwan. Earlier, when I used to get hurt, it used to pain so much in the chest area, and it used to be there for a long time. But now, Bhagwan, surprisingly, I don't get hurt at all, Bhagwan. Even if anyone intends to hurt me, it doesn't pain at all. It is just like a soft feather touching my skin and going off, Bhagwan. It's such a wonderful experience, Bhagwan. It's so good feeling. And because of this, I am neither cursing anybody, nor I'm angry with anybody for their behavior, Bhagwan. It is a slow, gradual change, but profound change, Bhagwan. Thank you so much, Bhagwan. My best experience is, Bhagwan, whenever there is any situation, instantly and immediately I get the right teaching to apply there, and it is almost immediately over, Bhagwan. No carryover at all, Bhagwan. Nowadays, I don't feel guilty at all. I find divine guidance in everything I do. And because of that, I'm very happy and I don't have any carryover at all. Thank you so much, Bhagwan. Dear Bhagwan, because of all these changes, I find myself very efficient, very quick in my work. I don't postpone things and I'm happy. And I have an intense awareness with my body. My body speaks to me, Bhagwan, and I'm responding to it quite well, Bhagwan. Dear Lord, your surgery, your dikshas, your soma phenomenon, your processes, your teaching, everything is so beautifully designed to give us mukti, Bhagwan. Thank you so much, Bhagwan, for being in this planet when the time I am born. Million thanks to you, Bhagwan, for this benediction. And I am very, very grateful to you, Bhagwan, for this changes you have blessed me with. Magical changes, Bhagwan. Thank you so much, Bhagwan. Ever at my lotus feet, Bhagwan.
Love you so much.
Thank you, Bhavani ji, for your wonderful sharing. Bhagwan, we have one more person, Akila Kashinathan ji. She will be sharing about her Antaryamin external manifestation, Bhagwan.
Pada Pranams, my dear parents, Shuyama Bhagwan. I am Akila Kasinathan from Chennai. My dear Bhagwan Appa, thank you very much for being with me always in all my tough times. Tons of gratitude to my dear Bhagwan Appa. For the past 1 year, I have been in deep suffering due to the demise of my beloved husband. But my dear Bhagwan Appa, your presence has given me the strength to flow with the life. My dear parents, Sri Amma Bhagwan, your compassion upon me by making your presence very much physical in my house. Your presence given me courage and happiness, and I don't feel loneliness in my house. Currently, I am facing lot of problems, but Bhagwan Appa, you are protecting me and my children completely. Physical Soma appeared in our Amma Bhagwan Srimurti in the form of honey, chandanam and vibhuti. When I put kanji, that also Bhagwan Appa you ate. Apart from that, Bhagwan Appa started to walk around the house through the padukas. Sometimes padukas are found walking with the flowers. My children are very happy seeing padukas walking here and there. I feel your presence very much physically, Bhagwan Appa. I am experiencing great communion with my Bhagwan Appa. When I request my Bhagwan Appa not to be on the walking area of the floor for the reasons of sacredness and go back to the plate, the next moment they are found sitting on their plate in the puja room. Thank you very much, Amma Bhagwan. Thank you, Bhagwan Appa. Thank you, thank you. Kodana Kudi Nandrigal Bhagwan Appa for being physically with me. Now I am no more unhappy. I am filled with joy due to your immense presence. Thank you very much, Bhagwan Appa. Love you lot, Amma Bhagwan.
Love you, love you.
Thank you, Bhagwan. That's all for the day, Bhagwan.
Okay. So now I would talk for some time and then I would take up the questions. Then finally the process. Now, we had plan A, that was 2012, where we were expecting the Soma to emerge. But then it did not happen. So that was the first failure. And then we moved on to 2024 based on some revelations. And the numbers were in the beginning 64,000 based on the then population, this figure that is required, and the population. So now as things stand, compared to last time to this time, we have made some marginal improvement, but it looks like we are heading for complete failure in 2024. There does not seem to be much response from the people. So whatever we might say or do or push, or whatever Soma we give this or that, anything or any state, nothing much is happening. So it looks like we are heading for a total failure in 2024. So plan B, this is plan B, it is also most likely to fail. If it succeeds, very well. But we should be prepared for that, that it is going to fail. So therefore, we will implement plan C well in advance. But there's still time for plan B to be shown to be a failure. But since we cannot help it, at least plan C will start a little early. Now, plan C is this. Plan B was essentially in one moment, the whole of our humanity getting transformed. That can happen. For example, if you look at termites, the termite mound, there'll be few termites roaming here and there, and then there'll be more termites. Then as they reach a particular number, you will find they'll start the construction of the termite mound, and then the termite mound is created. The termite mound involves very advanced engineering and very advanced architecture. It's not a simple thing at all, the termite mound. So the little termites cannot do that. They are guided and pushed by UI. That's how the termite mound is built. So similarly, if we could get to those numbers on time, then this whole structure, that is a new consciousness, could be built, which we would call the golden age. Now it looks like we are not going to get to those numbers, try as we might. There are also opposing forces, a lot of opposing forces, and they're also quite strong. And we are most likely to fail. So we are left with no option but to go for plan C. Now, plan C is like this. Now, the way humanity is moving, I don't want to go into all those things. There are many, many factors. Maybe sometime I will talk about it. So we are hurtling towards doom. That is, humanity is most likely to be wiped out. Now, if you look at the galaxy, you can mystically travel. We don't need a spaceship. We can visit various solar systems and we can see these planets. There are billions of them, And so most of them you'll find great civilizations arising, finally all perishing. So there are very few which have made the grade. By and large, they fail and they collapse. But they were once very great civilizations, one upon the one after the other, but finally all collapsing, never making it. So it happens like this once in a few thousands of years, not a few thousand, but thousands of years. The earth undergoes a churning, just like you churn, let us say, your chapati duff or your whatever thing you want to make. I'm not getting the right English word for that. How you, in Tamil, you say, how pesinji pandra mari. So it is made. So the whole of the earth is imagined to be a big ball to be got readied. So what nature does is it simply squeezes it completely. When that happens, all that man has created is simply crushed into pulp and distributed across the planet. And sometimes they go thousands of feet deep. That is why we cannot discover those ancient civilizations. Whatever we discover will be in the range of a few thousand years, maybe 15 or 20, 25. So beyond that, we cannot discover. They are very great civilizations, of course, which we could tap into by going into the Akashic records. So they go away, they destroy. So nature is doing that, and also the people involved are also doing that, not knowing what they're doing. They bring it about on themselves. So similarly now, the way things are going on the planet is very similar. We are heading, I don't know, because it is so terrible to listen to. It would be very terrible for you to listen to that in so many ways, because you will not suspect how could this damage humanity, but it is so. So I don't want to tell you exactly what is behind what. So we are heading for total destruction. That is, human beings will be wiped out. Now, that is not a matter of a very big concern. It's okay. They're wiped out. We can save so many animals and so many plants, and you could possibly serve the earth itself. Because it's such a nasty virus he is, and humanity can go. And in fact, it's not really living also. So that's not a big issue. But the problem is the majority of them, with the exception of a small percentage, would within 10 hours land up in hell. And hell is for real. I have taken dasas to hell, I have taken some devotees to hell and shown them hell. Hell is for real. What those scriptures talk about is not some story, but it is real. So that's where they're going to land up. That is my primary concern. I do not like to see people in hell. Before, I used to give even for some people some physical hell. That is, you see the person rolling on the ground, and so that others can be convinced it is real and not some. The whole thing is an illusion, but the experience is real. But so happened that many, many years ago, some people brought to me their daughter and told me, Bhagwan, this girl is incorrigible. We cannot tell you about her and what she is doing. Therefore, may you give her a glimpse of hell. That could help. So they had heard already that some of the dasas were sent to hell and they got transformed. So very unwillingly, I said, okay. But they're putting a lot of pressure on me. So for a few minutes, we'll send it to hell. Now, that happened to be something. What happened was, it became slightly physical. So much so, as she was being thrashed there in hell, blood was coming out on the floor. It was coming all over. The blood was coming. She was being thrashed there in hell. That you cannot see, but you can see the blood here coming out. It so happened that the father happened to enter the place at that time. There were others also. The parents of the girl were there, some others were there. The father entered and he saw this. This is what is happening. I explained to him. Then he said, he took a promise from me that I will not do it again. He said, when they do die, they have to go to hell, and then go to hell and face it. Never should you do it like this. But some others can see physically the blood coming out like this. So I promised him, okay, I won't do it. So from then on, I stopped that. Otherwise, you can actually see Of course, we can bring him back to life. That is not a big problem. But the hell is there. And I don't have to describe why you should be in hell. But most of the people would land up straight in hell. Maximum from time of death is only 10 hours. That's all. So that is my primary concern. But I'm not talking about that. But suppose we succeed, we have the golden age. That's a different story, which is what I would like to happen. But it looks like we're heading for failure. So now we have to speed up the process. That is not for the golden age. That chance looks like it's gone. That is the army that we have is you people. And you are people who could help people. So we intend to increase your powers. So we use a lot of shortcuts. These are the powers. So those powers we intend to increase in the following few months, whereby in 2024 or even before, you would be able to help people by directly going and giving. It's all Diksha based, by giving Dikshas to people, and also giving Diksha online to your friends, relatives, and others, and to help as many people as possible, so that while they live on the planet, they'll have a good time, nice state of enlightenment and living, the powerful Antriyam and all those things. And then finally, when they do die, they will go to Satyalok and not to hell. So at least we could save as many people as possible. But there are a number of lower lokas, together we can call it hell. And of course, you have got Christian hell, Islamic hell, Buddhist hell. All hells are equally bad. The whole idea is to cause suffering for you based on how you behave. So you cannot say, oh, this is a better hell, that's a better hell. No, all hells are equally bad. So the question is to save as many people as possible. How do we do that? So you will be equipped with these powers, and you would be able to help people. So they'll have a glimpse of enlightenment, they'll become enlightened, they'll have a powerful Antriyam, and many other things will happen once you give you the powers, which you would use physically, you would use it online, and reach out to as many people as possible, so that when the time comes for them to go, they would go to our loka, Satyalok. There are many lokas are there, Satyalok, and they don't land up in hell. So therefore, what we are going to do is, in today's process, we would be starting the process of slowly empowering you. Step by step, we would be empowering you. So today, there will be no sleeping. You will have to sit for 21 minutes. In whatever posture you like, that's not a big problem. But if you could sit in Padmasana, Sukhasana, it would be good. And so you prepare the soma, your own soma. And the objective is we are going to go, instead of using the word enlightenment, I'll use what it actually means. It is a state of thoughtlessness and a sense of connectedness. You feel connected to your wife, to your husband, your son, your child, your friends, relatives, all human beings, even animals, birds. You will feel connected. These are the two most important qualities of an enlightened person. That is thoughtlessness. Thought is there when required. When not required, why should there be thought? So it's not there, and you feel connected. So we are going to lay that as the foundation for a further transfer of powers. So now, what we are going to do is, in those 21 minutes, you would have, before you start that program, you'll have to get your soma ready and then drink the soma. And then these 21 minutes, you raise your eyebrows and look at your Agnya Chakra. Just focus on your Agnya Chakra. Already we have put you through, we have done all the preparation for you. We have put you through Chakra Dhyana and trained you. So you have to focus on the point between your eyebrows, the middle between the eyebrows, which is called Agnya Chakra. You will focus there. For 21 minutes, the soma has already drunk, and we'll also be playing a chant. Most probably it will be Adi Shankara as the Nirvana Shatakam, but not chanted, but sung. For certain reasons, we'll be singing it, not chanting. So you just listen to that. And then, of course, you could go to sleep. But for the first 21 minutes, you should not sleep. So what will happen is, you would most probably, you'd be able to see that your thoughts are slowing down and then also vanishing. And then you'll also feel some kind of connectedness. Then thereafter, you can be doing this every day. And let's say it's happening for 5 minutes. It'll happen for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. This gap of thoughtlessness and connectedness will happen more and more time. And depending on more and more time, we'll be able to download more powers into you. And slowly it'll become almost like permanent, except when you have to function, the mind would come back. So you cannot function without the mind. Certain things you can do without the mind, but other things the mind is required. So when the mind comes, thoughtlessness would go away. The connection will also stop. And then you will function and you could get back to that. Mostly automatically it will happen, or you just think about it. Just look at the Agni Chakra and then you would move into that state. So this is for laying the foundation to transfer powers to you, and you would help the rest of humanity. Certainly you can help your relatives and friends, they would listen to you. And suppose your relation is some far off place, you can do it online. And if they can bring more people, you can do it online. And sometimes you can gather people and you could do it. So that is not going to lead to the golden age. They'll experience golden age within themselves. That is possible. These people who received it. But humanity itself will not be transformed. And of course, humanity will ultimately be destroyed. But these people would not go to hell. They would be able to go to Satyaloka. Or in case they still want to enjoy certain things, we can take them to higher worlds. So that is possible. Like we have a number of lower lokas, we have a number of higher lokas. So if they have any particular desire, we could take them there. But then the highest of them all is Satyaloka, could take them there. For that, of course, the chariot will come and you will be taken in the chariot, and your relatives who are there, they have to simply hold your hands and breathe along with you. They also can see the chariot, which has come to pick you up. So all that they can experience. Like so many of our devotees who have crossed over have experienced it. So that's what we want to do. So that will be the program for the day. So now, so you can assume that more or less we have failed with plan B, because it's not moving much. It improved over last time, but very marginally. So whatever you talk, you do, for the moment it is there, then the fire is gone. The passion is not there at all. Or something happens and the passion is destroyed. So without the passion to help humanity and to transform it, what could we do? We cannot do anything. So however much we push, there are these committed people are there, very committed people are there. Because of them, we can do all this. Whatever we are going to do, we can do because of them. That's basically this army who are there. These M&M class people are the basic group of people whom we have to build up nicely and transfer the powers as quickly as possible. That's what we would be attempting. And this number should have been at 80, but it is not there. So now I would move on to questions now. Yes, Arvind?
Thank you, Bhagwan.